Whoever fights monsters should see to it that he does not become a monster. Friedrich Nietzsche. Have you ever heard the phrase "God is dead" and thought it meant Nietzsche was celebrating atheism? Or maybe you've seen his name linked to nihilism, fascism, or even madness? Friedrich Nietzsche is one of the most misunderstood philosophers in history. His works were twisted, his words taken out of context, and his ideas, so radical, so profound, were reduced to mere slogans. But who was the real Nietzsche? And why do people still get him so wrong? Stay with us as we uncover the truth about the philosopher who shook the very foundations of Western thought. Nietzsche's early life, the making of a rebel. Friedrich Nietzsche was born in 1844 in a small German town. His father was a pastor and Nietzsche was expected to follow in his footsteps. But life had different plans. At just 5 years old he lost his father and soon after, his younger brother. These early tragedies planted the seeds of deep existential questioning. By his 20s, Nietzsche had already mastered classical philosophy and became a professor at an astonishingly young age, just 24. But academia couldn't contain his radical spirit. Nietzsche wanted to challenge everything: morality, religion, and even the very foundations of truth. God is dead. What did he really mean? One of Nietzsche's most famous and controversial statements is, "God is dead." But what did he actually mean? He wasn't saying that a literal God had died. Instead, he saw that in the modern world people no longer truly believed in God the way they once did. Science, rationality, and modernity had eroded religious faith. But here's the twist: Nietzsche wasn't celebrating this. In fact, he feared what would come next. If traditional morality was built on belief in God, what happens when that belief disappears? What do we replace it with? This, Nietzsche believed, was the real danger, the rise of nihilism, a world without meaning or purpose. The Ubermensch, a new vision for humanity. Nietzsche's answer to the crisis of meaning was the Ubermensch, often translated as the Overman or Superman. But forget the comic book version. Nietzsche's Übermensch wasn't about physical power, it was about self-overcoming, becoming a person who creates their own values instead of following the herd. Most people, Nietzsche argued, live as part of the herd mentality, blindly following traditions, authority, and social norms. The Ubermensch, on the other hand, carves their own path, lives authentically, and embraces the full potential of life. Could this be one of the reasons why his ideas were later twisted?